2016, diplomats stationed in Havana began reporting something they struggled to describe. Pressure inside the skull, sounds that did not exist within the room, disorientation that arrived without warning and lingered without any explanation. Medical scans later suggested measurable brain changes in some of those affected. This is the Havana Syndrome. The Havana Syndrome is the name given to a series of unexplained medical incidents first reported by United States and Canadian diplomatic personnel in Cuba. Individuals described sudden neurological symptoms, vertigo, nausea, piercing directional sounds, headaches, memory disruption, and difficulty concentrating. Over time, similar reports surfaced in China, Europe, and even within the United States, affecting intelligence officers and government staff. Medical examinations in certain cases identified patterns consistent with mild traumatic brain injury, though the absence of a conventional source of trauma complicated interpretation. Intelligence agencies began investigating whether a directed energy device could be responsible. Other scientific panels proposed alternative explanations, including environmental factors, stress-related syndromes, or pre-existing medical condition. Years later, the official consensus remains fragmented. Some intelligence assessments suggest a foreign adversary may have deployed an unknown capability. Others conclude there is insufficient evidence of a coordinated attack. The symptoms are real. The cause remains disputed. Among the most controversial explanations is the possibility of directed energy exposure, particularly microwave radiation delivered in focused pulses. During the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union explored the biological effects of radio frequency and microwave emissions. Research examined not only heating effects, but neurological responses, including disturbances in perception and cognition under certain exposure conditions. One phenomenon often cited is the Frey effect, in which microwave radiation can produce the sensation of sound directly within the human head. Individuals exposed to specific frequencies may perceive clicking, buzzing, or pressure without any external acoustic source. This occurs through interaction with the inner ear structures, bypassing traditional auditory pathways. Directed energy systems have been developed for military purposes. The US military's active denial system, for example, uses millimeter waves to generate an intense heating sensation on the skin. Scaling such principles towards covert neurological targeting would require miniaturization, precision, and sustained power delivery. Intelligence analysts have examined whether state actors possess the capability to produce pulsed microwave emissions strong enough to disrupt neural function without immediately obvious physical signs. At sufficiently high intensities or under specific modulation patterns, such exposure could plausibly result in neurological impairment. The difficulty lies in separating theoretical plausibility from operational reality. Publicly available data confirming such signatures in Havana cases has not been released. Multiple US government reviews conducted in recent years have concluded that while a small number of cases remain difficult to explain, there is no definitive evidence tying the majority of reported incidents to a foreign weapon. Yet intelligence assessments remain partially classified and internal disagreements persist. The absence of clear proof has not eliminated suspicion, it has intensified it. In 2024, a Norwegian government scientist who had previously expressed skepticism about the directed energy hypothesis undertook an experiment to examine the theory directly. Working outside public attention, he constructed a device capable of emitting concentrated microwave pulses intended to replicate the type of exposure proposed in Havana Syndrome discussions. The objective was to determine whether such emissions could plausibly generate neurological harm. Following the experiment, the scientist developed symptoms consistent with brain disturbance. Medical evaluations reportedly identified measurable injury. Intelligence officials were notified, and representatives from US agencies traveled to assess the device and its configuration. Reports indicated that the symptoms did not perfectly mirror previously documented Havana cases. The incident demonstrated that pulsed microwave exposure could produce neurological sequences under certain conditions. The episode did not confirm the existence of a covert weapon deployed against diplomats. It did, however, eliminate one line of argument: that microwave exposure was categorically incapable of causing such harm. The distinction between experimental misuse and deliberate deployment remains unresolved. The incident stands as an unsettling data point in a debate defined by partial information and incomplete certainty. Havana Syndrome exists at the intersection of biology, intelligence, and emerging technology. Some individuals experienced documented neurological injury. Directed energy systems are scientifically real, yet no publicly verified evidence confirms a coordinated campaign of microwave attacks against diplomats. The case remains suspended between competing explanations: foreign aggression, environmental anomaly, psychological contagion, or a convergence of multiple factors. In the absence of definitive proof, suspicion persists. That concludes this entry, but every shadow leads to another trace, and every trace to another unanswered question. If you want the next case as soon as it resurfaces, please stay with us. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and step back into the dark with Noctombre.